Hello everyone, I am Vivek and I welcome you to the second episode of Vidya Manthan Season 1. The series is organized by Athos Study Solutions and Punekar News. In today's episode, we will be talking about impact on wellness and mental health of students due to online classes and evaluation, which is led by COVID-19 pandemic. Supporting the mental health needs the online students is a critical mission for each of us. The radical change in lifestyle can feed loneliness, anxiety, and even lead to depression. Teachers are now at the front line of responsibility for identifying emotional and mental health issues because no one else is monitoring the students in most cases. In schools, these students may be observed by classmates, teachers, advisors, and other staff, but online, these students often are not seen by the fellow students, teachers, and others. And most of them are living in unabsorbed anonymity. To discuss this issue, we have with us three esteemed guests as panel members. First, we have Jyotsna Mishra ma'am, who is director of Allard Public School. Ma'am holds MA, MPhil, B.Ed, and MBA degree. She worked as a lecturer in philosophy for some years and last 25 years as principals in various CBSE schools across the country. Since last 2 years, she is working as director in Allard Public School. She has received Rajiv Gandhi Award, Avantika Award, and Rotary Club Award as Best Principal of the Year. She received the National Rank 1 by Education Today for the year 2019. Welcome, ma'am. We are glad to have you with us here today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Next, we have Mrs. R.P. Sharma, ma'am, Principal of Army Public School, Kirki. She has earned degrees in MCOM, B.Ed, and MBA. She has 25 years of experience in the field of education, and she is working as Principal of APS Kirki since 2014. She is a working member of Sahodaya, Pune, hub leader under the Center of Excellence of CBSE, and she represented our country in the conference in Seoul, South Korea, where she interacted with more than 22 countries' representatives. She was also awarded as the Microsoft Innovative Teachers Leadership Award. Welcome, ma'am. We are so happy that you have joined us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I should not mention, she has been my personal mentor when I was studying in Army Public School, Pune, from class 5 to class 12. And I'm so privileged to be guided by her.
Yeah.
Next, we have Archana Shirsagar, ma'am, Principal of City International School, Vanavadi. She has earned degrees in MCOM, MA, and B.Ed. She has 23 years of experience in the field of education, and she is associated with City International School since 2009. She was awarded by the President as for being the best guide in the Scouts and Guides across the country. She received Best Principal Award by All India Citizens Development Center. She also received Dronacharya Award and Pune Shikshak Gaurav Puraskar by MCE Society. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vivek.
So, ma'am, as you all know, today we have a topic that is impact on wellness and mental health of students due to the online learning and evaluation. I would directly ask if you can put some light on the topic. So, without asking a question before, Jyotsna, ma'am, I'll start with you. What do you feel?
Yes. About the online classes, yes.
Yes, how this has impacted the mental health and wellness of students?
Yes. About the online classes, if you are asking me about the mental health, really it is not good because we are working for more than 30 years in this line I'm working. And all the times that is preferred to be the physical education, one-to-one education, and it must be in the school or a premises or maybe a field, open field also, but there must be the interaction with the teachers and students. Then why the education, physical education is required if you are asking me? The physical education is required when you are talking to me and I am talking to you. If personally I can see the students, I can see that the students can guess me, can know me, can read me from their faces, from my eyes, all this look, and I can see that what the students are getting from their physical faces, from their all these activities, the body movement, all these things count a lot. So when this is missing, and in online education, that it is, if I ask you, then it is on one-sided. Because nowadays, if I am teaching somebody, the students are keeping it on. Sometimes they are not keeping video on, they are chit-chatting, mischieving, so many things are going on. Then again, how can you remind? Yes, dekho beta, why you are not listening me? Because just you are listening something, you are looking towards something. If a teacher is in the classes, the teacher sees a number of criteria in the classes where the classes becomes lively. If a student is not hearing, the teacher immediately can know. And if the child is not getting it, the teacher can know from the faces, from the eyes, the child is not listening me. The child is not really concentrating on the studies. So if really a teacher, the teacher can get all these things related to child, whether really a child is getting, really a child is learning or not. So, and again, suppose for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, the child is distracted. Again, in the classes, the child can come back. There is a lot of procedure to bring back the child. We can ask the questions. We can make the classes lively. We can go for the chit-chatting. We can go for this humorous classes. So when again the children are coming to a concentrated way, to a particular point, they can concentrate on a topic, but which is not possible at all. Though we are doing very less percent. Suppose now when the students are not attending or attracted, the teacher will be going something for chit chatting. And I have marked, when the teacher are teaching, the children, they are thinking that yes, this is an online classes will be going on for months together. Chalo, isko audio play kar do, and again I'll be going back to my house. I'll be doing something. I'll eat something. And sometimes they are also picked up by us. By chance this video is on, they are picked up. But still it is not particular. This is not proper, that how we can have a follow-up feedback. So there is a lot of gap within this time. But anyhow, this is a boon. And this is a blessings, because if this digitalization is not there, this type of online teaching is not there, nothing could be happen for last 1 year. Last 1 year, the students should be in the blank. Anyhow, we are getting some scope, that students are getting some scope, so that all these things can be managed to a particular level. Though it is not 100%, to a particular level, the children are not getting blank. The children are not totally blind. We are not totally blind. We are doing something. So that is a boon that we can think, but not a substitute. Not a substitute for physical classes.
So true, ma'am. So like facial expression, body language, eye contact, because these things matter a lot. I know, like even if we are a bit distracted as a student, teachers could easily catch us. That is not possible during online, but still, since this is the only option,
This is
we have to
only
take it
option.
in a very positive way.
Yes. We cannot
Happy,
take the
ma'am.
other options.
Okay.
I will come to you. So
Okay. Now, thank you so much, ma'am. I actually, what you said, I agree with you. But at the same time, I think the time is such that we need to evolve with it. We have to change ourselves. I know when we initially started our online classes, there were few hitches and glitches, but slowly and steadily, what we have learned that yes, personal interaction is missing, but at the same time, we have to devise ways and methods, and we have devised also to get the attention of the children, to make them attentive in the class. So what we think that humorous, and I know, ma'am, peer learning is missing, but
Yes.
guru shishya learning is not missing, because when children are sitting in the class, they don't learn from the teacher only, they learn from the environment. The school is a full package where the classmates are sitting with them. Then there are rules and regulations. Sometimes they break the rules. They learn from each and every activity which is happening in the class. But looking at the present scenario, we have no other alternative, and I'm really grateful that at least we are living in this era where we could modify our teaching learning. I don't believe in only, teaching and learning is a very, thing that we are just imposing ourselves upon children. But I feel that teaching and learning is a interaction. Over a period of time, say initially we were finding it a little difficult, but now we are interacting with the children. We're not only teaching them, we can, conduct quiz competitions. Then, we are selecting a council also. Children have also learned, online competitions are taking place. So what I feel is these are the ways and means by which we can keep them engrossed also. At the same time, when we give them some task, tomorrow you have to say the news, they're, mentally also they are becoming alert, they're preparing themselves. So I know that 100% we cannot get from the children and we cannot give to the children, but over a period of time, if we modify ourselves with the, the compulsion is that we cannot call them to school. So what I feel is, initially things were difficult. Now children have also learned how to handle the media, how to handle online learning and teaching. I was amazed yesterday, there was a session going on, and I could see that children initially, everybody would switch on the mic and there would be great chaos. But now these things are not happening. They have learned etiquettes also. So I could see children raising their hands, switching off on the mic when their turn came. So it's a big learning which will remain with them for lifetime. So I feel that everything has got pros and cons. Yes, negative things are there, but the greater responsibility is with the school and the teachers. And we also have to change with time our rigid teaching, our age old teaching methodology. If we stick to that, then it will be difficult. But if we change with time, we change with our children, with the scenario, the present scenario, I think things are achievable, if not 100%. But if from my side, it is around 70 to 80%. The children are getting what we plan or what we think of imparting to them. So I hope Vivek.
Well said, ma'am. Yes, evolution is the key because, yeah, initially it was difficult, but we all adapted to it, overcome all the challenges, and now it's quite easy for a majority of us, for that matter, all of us. So thank you, ma'am, for your viewpoints. Archana, ma'am, what is your say on
I
this?
was listening to Jyotsna, ma'am. The challenges surely were there on online portals with the teachers, with the students, with the parents, everyone. And as Aarti ma'am said, schools have done or tried their best to keep all the students engaged, because that is, I think, very important. Because as per me, students have hunger to grab the knowledge from wherever they get. They want themselves to keep stimulated, mentally stimulated from wherever, then however they could. Rather, I would say that this impact of mental wellness, that is not only the factor because of this online teaching, I would say. There are many other factors which the students are really going through. And in that little minds, we really don't understand what is going on. So I think online teaching has made them more comfortable. If it wouldn't have been there, it would really have been more anxiety in mentally and emotionally among the students. And I swear the teachers are doing their best, however, whatever they could, to keep the students happy, engaged with their activities, whether the different celebrations, everything. The schools are trying to keep the students engaged and keep them busy with the work. Of course, after the online teaching, the projects and whatever is given, that is given moreover in the hard copy form, so that they don't have to sit over there on laptops or their gadgets and do the things. So the other part, as I said, we can have. Is it interrupted, Vivek?
No, ma'am.
No.
You're loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay. I think these social emotional skills through the counseling sessions and all, the teachers and the schools really have taken up as a challenge, and they were trying to ease the students' being in such a pandemic situation? This is, I really
Thank you so much,
have
ma'am.
seen.
Yes,
And this year,
so
I'm
great
really
point.
finding it very easy with the online classes. Even the nursery and senior KG class students, they tell the teacher, ma'am, you are mute. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, they learned it.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. So then here comes a point. Ki yes, this is the only way. But majority of parents and students, uh, they majority of research has said, and even they feel, कि they are, there is overuse of digital technology. They are spending lots of their time in front of the screen. मतलब कि स्कूल हो गया, कोचिंग हो गया, उनके अदर एक्टिविटीज भी हो गए, उन्हें कुछ पढ़ना भी है बिकॉज दे डू नॉट हैव एक्सेस टू लाइब्रेरीज. अगर फॉर देयर रिक्रिएशनल पर्पसेस आल्सो they cannot go outside, so they are in front of screen, and that is affecting their daily routine, their daily lifestyle, their sleep pattern, because it is a fact, like if you are in front of screen, it will take almost 1.5 hours to get sleep, right? आप just screen बंद करके सोने नहीं जा सकते हो. Whereas, and it is suggested that you should shut off your screen by 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. to have a good healthy night sleep. But students have like school से free हुए, coaching आ गया, coaching में 2-3 घंटा उन्होंने time spend कर दिया. Where I'm including all, I think majority of students do. There is a culture of coaching in India. तो उनका कोचिंग भी हो जाता है. फिर अगर वो रिक्रिएशन, उनको कोई गेम खेलना है, मूवी देखना है, यूट्यूब पे कोई वीडियो देखना है, तो एवरी आई थिंक दे आर just in front of screen or doing some or sleeping because they do not have any other activity to do. So what is your message to students and parents how to cope over this? Jyotsna ma'am,
Yes. So
over
what
excessive
you are
use of skin.
right, over
Yes ma'am,
excess
please
of
go
the
ahead.
gadgets. Yes. So actually, you are telling truth. There is a lot of use of these gadgets. Then how to avoid to little bit how we can avoid it? We cannot avoid fully. We cannot avoid 100% because anyhow we have to live with the gadget. So now that we can tell you that there is a term as bio bubble. It is called a concept as bio bubble. Now this bio bubble concept has been arranged now. Now suppose I am alone, one of my child is in my house and the child is alone. The child is not getting any peer. And all the times we have to think of that the children cannot sustain without their peers. All the times we the parents are not the friends at all. We are the caretaker, and to some extent we can have this all this your help this time to these students, but they are not happy with all the times with the parents. They are happy to be with their peers. So how to bring the peers during this pandemic time? So that is the advantage that how this bio bubble the concept has given us. Suppose I want to two children in my house and in my neighbor house or some nearby also anywhere else, that I should find out that how is the health condition, what is the criteria of that, how is the family is. If the family is really good, the health condition is good, so we can connect each other, and we all the parents would maybe 2 families, 3 families, whatever is possible with us, we can make our children together to play something, to talk something, to discuss something. So this type of arrangement can be made by the parents, and only the parents can make this. The teachers we cannot make, because after the school hour we cannot go to anybody's house with the children or something else. But sometimes also the teachers, we tell the teachers to help them to give the informations also from the school that I have arranged. Another one thing, suppose now in my society I could not find such things that my child will be with this group, with the peer group. Then what I can do, that I have this all these relations, kin and kith, and all my known people in the outside, maybe in that maybe 5 to 10 kilometers or something else. In that area, we can arrange for the weekend get together, where it is a safe place, maybe in our house, maybe in some places which we can find safe. In that area, we can have a children meet. So where the children will be getting the peers to vent out their feelings. That is the most important things. You just find out in the teenagers or the adolescents, when the child comes to the teenage, by that time the children are not open to the parents at all. Always they find out somebody to whom they will talk and where they can vent out all their feelings. So suppose for last 1 year only they are inside this case, and if the parents are not doing anything for the children, how they will vent out their feelings? then what will happen automatically? This will create a pressure in the mind of the child. So that pressure automatically the child will be pessimistic, the child will be depressed, the child will be stressed. So many things, and lastly, the mind, maybe some mental disease may come up, the mental depression. It will affect all this physical depression, physical different defect may come up. So this will lead to various things. Again, as Arti ma'am or Archana ma'am, they told, yes, we are asking the children to play all these things, the YouTube, the different type of games from television, but whatever maybe this is digital or online. That is also to some extent that if nothing is better than something, then that we have to adapt to something. So that is also good. But still, we the parents will try that nothing is impossible in the world. ऐसे नहीं है कि पूरा 100% all these people are COVID affected. There are also some families, so many families, those who can connect with us. So that maybe our friends, maybe our children, friends, family, anyone. So we have to find out how our teenagers, all these small kids, they can come together and they have to vent out their feelings to each other. So they will be mentally, they will be free. And when they are venting out, what is happening? The other child is coming to the parents and they're telling, Mama, do you know? My friend was telling that she is or he is suffering from this type of difficulties. So by this time, the another parent can connect to these parents of the concerned child. Might be that you are not able to know your child is suffering from this type of thoughts, and please take care of your child. So this is how one-to-one we can help in our society. So these are the one way we can go for the helping. Again, sometimes also when during the corona, I have seen the different society, they are going for taking the care of the society. So there are the playground. During some time also, the small group of students or the children, they can be taken out outside for the playing, where maximum your care can be taken by the parents, by the society, by these concerned people, and the students will be going there with the vigilant eyes of these parents. So by that time also we can feel that we can give some moments to the children to go for all this lively in their life. So this liveliness, this is those which is very practically used. Again, also suppose about the activities. Now in the school, what we do, there is a project, there is activities, they go for different type of games, sports, so many things we do, where all the children, students, the students, the teachers, everyone are there along with sometimes the parents come to see also. If this is not happening, when the teachers are giving the project and activities, there also we can tell that in nearby your houses, or if it is possible in the weekend, you go to your friends and discuss and go for the activities and project. Because by doing the activities and project by your own end, and your parents are sometimes doing and all these things, that is one way to only conduct when there is no means. But we have to try our level best to come out and to find out the families, find out the children, where we can cope up with them. That is the extra, this is you have to go for that. This is all these things, this is the extra care should be taken by the parents. So this is my request to the parents, that please take this extra time, extra care for your children, because you know that your children are suffering a lot during this time. The same thing with the teachers also. What we instructed the teachers, when you are going to the classes, you go for 5 to 10 minutes chit chat about their health, about their food, about their activities, and laugh. जितना आपको लगेगा इतना हंसो बच्चे के साथ, laugh a lot, because they are not getting to laugh, and this is a laughing therapy which really causes this good health. So that laugh as much as you can, and बच्चे को हंसाओ, बच्चे को मजा करो बच्चे के साथ. Sometimes also I told my PT teacher, आप जो भी PT का क्लासेस लोगे वहां पर आप गेम्स खेलो बच्चे के साथ ऑनलाइन. बच्चे को गेम्स सिखाओ. इसी में कोई PT पढ़ाने का बड़ी चीज नहीं है. They can learn by within a very few days. पर बच्चे के साथ खेलो. If you are not playing, then to whom they will be playing? So these type of activities should be taken by the teachers, by the school, by the parents, and by the neighbors. So everybody, we have to join the hands to bring the students to a lively condition. Then only our mind and the physically, mentally, we must be very much okay. Not, I cannot say that 100% okay, but to some extent that everybody we can live, and we can see that in such condition, how we can lead our life so that we can be protected, our society, our family, and our members. So that is my this request to the parents, request to the society, please take care of all these things. Automatically this time will be, it is a very difficult time for us, and it will be passing away, and again the sunlight will come. This is a dark period. ये रात अंधेरा हुआ है, ये अंधेरा करना कब ना कब जाएगा, ये अंधेरा डेली नहीं रहेगा, एंड इसको बाईपास करने के लिए we the human being, we are very intelligent in the this creation of this God, and human being can do everything in the, there is nothing impossible, we can do everything possibilities. So if everything is possible, why not to do something in during this all these conditions where everything is getting dark? We can find out something. See that now during this all this online teaching, so many things are coming out, and nothing is impossible in this Google which is not there. If you find to Google, the day, the moment anything hits our country or to the world, immediately there is a solution. Immediately there is something which is helping the mankind. It comes out. Then from where it comes out? It comes from the human brain. So it means that we are the most brainiest people in the world. So many creatures God has created, but we the human being is next to the God. So why not we can do this, all these positive thinkings? Yes, as Arti ma'am told, yes, that is true. We cannot suffice 100% of these things, whatever it was done previously. Now we cannot do the same thing 100%, I know, never possible. But still, we can cope up something. And now within a year, we have adapted so many things, so many tips. So it is not so difficult. So slowly, slowly you can do. But one thing now that I'll be telling you something, there was an interview in television, just I was watching. One person from Microsoft, he was coming from USA. He was talking about the robot, and you might be knowing that in government sector, most of the schools, the students were not getting the studies for last 1 year because the internet, Wi-Fi is not there, mobile is not there. So it was quite difficult. And when this calculation was done, hardly not more than 30% were connected to education. So how the examination can be done and how the students will be getting promoted? It is a one-sided, either without examination promoted. There was no way for the government. So either the examination promote for 1 year to everyone, otherwise keep as it is. Because if 30% students are learning, another 70% students are not able to learn due to different difficulties, then what can be done for the examination system? It is not possible at all. No human being can do it. Government is not a god or something else. They are like us. They have to find out something solution. So in that cases, there was a solution by that person. He was telling that now about the robot. If this teachers, whatever this feedback we are doing, if we can train the robot in the AI, artificial intelligence, the particular topic can be taught to the robot, and that robot can be going to the very remote area. Whatever the syllabus is taught, that they can teach the syllabus to the students. But still, to prepare the robot to send to the remote area and to teach them in different areas, it is also not so easy, because in India, this is a vast population and our infrastructure is not so developed like the foreign countries where everything is not possible within a click of the thinking. So this may be possible after 10 years, what we are thinking now. That idea was very good when I heard from this person from the television. But let's see if we can do this, adopt this type of things, then might be we can just go for this crossing these boundaries.
No, definitely, ma'am. This is a very temporary hurdle, and we must safeguard our children because in the long run, this will hardly matter of few weeks, few months, or a year.
Right.
But if they are safe and sound, eventually things will fall into its place. Aarti, ma'am, what do you think?
Yeah.
How
Yes,
students should be, stopped from the excessive use of digital?
Yeah. Yes, I totally, what I agree with you that we have to put a stop somewhere. Learning, teaching online, actually we cannot do away with these gadgets, but definitely we can devise new ways and methods. Now, the best thing is whenever we are giving them any assignment, it should not be technology based. It should not be based on computer. So you can give them to paint something, to read a book binding, some craft work. So they, as it is as per the new education policy, writing, reading, textbooks, so they are not very important anymore. Tests are also not important. We don't have to think that the child has to move from one class to another. or the child should know whatever is there in the books. So we can change ourselves. We can be, first of all, before that, I have to just let's talk about the parents, the mother who is in the house. The mental health of the mother is very important. Imagine a mother sending the child to school early in the morning, and she had the entire day to herself where she could do whatever she wanted. Now the same mother has to bear the children at home, to look after their teaching and learning, give them food, and they're all the time with them, and just bear their, all the, whatever they want, their demands. So what I feel is mental health of mother, the parent, and the children are very important. And we can reduce the gadget. The responsibility lies with the school, the teachers, because if we demand, if we tell them you make a project or you just go on YouTube, I think we should do away with this. Children are very innovative. They have very good ideas in their mind. You just tell them to prepare a speech and give them a very vague topic also. They will come up with very good ideas. And rather than giving them, assignment which is based on technology, based on computers, or where they have to Google, I think we should depend on other things like, book binding, painting, reading, writing a poem, writing a story, coming with a new story, give them a hint, or give them half a story, just start a storyline and tell them to complete it. Let their imagination go wild. So this is how we can take them away. Teaching, I know, but teaching, and also in a way, we can tell them that teach them, make them jump, make them relax a bit. And it should not be a continuous thing that we have to teach them for 5 hours only. We can have short lessons, give them time, again a short lesson, so that the screen time is reduced. So, and it's not difficult. You have to make a timetable. You don't have to complete a book, but you have to give quality education to the children. That is, you have to make them independent. Rather than teaching them, you have to extract from them. It is possible. So, but only thing is, it needs a lot of brainstorming. The hard work and the ideas have to come from the teachers only, and teachers have to think, not only teachers, principals also, in collaboration with the parents, we can do it. So thank you. I think that's all.
So true, ma'am. Like definitely, other than the necessary things, students should stay away from screen, and there can be engagements at home only, like playing carom boards or Ludo together, talking with each other, because this corona has brought families together. Earlier, everybody was busy with their jobs, students were away in the school and then going out from the coaching. Now they can talk to each other, have a great family time. They can cook together.
That is the
They
thing.
can paint something together. So
They can help the mother. They can, you can just motivate them to help their mother, make the bed. So that can also happen. So we can, and they learn this way also.
Yes, these are great skills to be inculcated in them, like cooking, washing, helping in washing, doing dishes, folding clothes, maybe ironing them, and those things. Archana, ma'am, what do you think about this?
Last year, I would just start with what we had done it. We started with the DIY activities where we introduced kitchen as lab. We taught them how to sprout the things, the different kinds of pulses, because kitchen is the best lab, I always feel. Everything can be taught over there in the kitchen. Secondly, we started with all, like Aarti ma'am said, we had also done many activities of painting and the craft activities, which they really enjoyed. Few of them, literally, they painted their gallery walls and all. So that was really appreciating, and we appreciated, we had shared with the parents, and they really liked it, because whatever they used to send us the picture, we used to share it with the parents. Apart from this, everyone was going online. Last year, I had to go for some duty to some remote area in Maharashtra. When I was moving there, like Jyotsna ma'am was saying, there should be some robot which we can send into the small remote areas, and that can be taught. The wonderful thing they were doing over there, I heard some noise on the loudspeaker. And this I shared with so many people. When I moved in to that lane, I just wanted to see. Out of the way, I went to that lane. When I saw the teacher was teaching somewhere in the temple. All the kids, they were sitting outside on their, you can say, just घर के बाहर जो चबूतरे होते हैं उसके ऊपर बैठे थे वो, and they were there, they were sitting with their textbooks. He was narrating in everything in the temple because the loudspeaker arrangement was there. Out of curiosity, I went there. The kids were sitting together, but still they were enjoying the school. So every time it is not the online, but Indians, I think they are the most creative people.
Oh yes.
Yes.
However, जैसे पढ़ाना तो है ही, हम पढ़ाए बगैर छोड़ेंगे नहीं. It is something like that. We are not going to declare it as a zero year. We are going to teach hook or crook. The media, I would say the mode of teaching may be different, but I really love that. During the lockdown, it was happening. Secondly, as Aarti ma'am said, it is truly something, it is really not possible because everywhere, most of the buildings are containment zones. So sending the kids, the parents are really scared to send the kids outside, whether it is a 12th standard child or a 10th standard child. Because as I said, even for the practicals, the parents were scared. In spite of the school takes lot of care. Of course, as a parent also, if I would have been in that role, I would have hesitated to send my child for the practicals during such COVID situation. But of course, the sending out is a difficult thing. But what I have seen, the difference in my students is most of the parents were from IT, and now I could see that bonding with the parents.
Yes.
Apart from that, I have seen the kids have become very helpful because there were no maids.
Yes.
They understand to what extent the mother is working at home. Now, the projects and all what we are giving is like you find out the different old games, because even CBSE is also insisting on the same, the different ancient games which you can actually play with your parents and which are vanished, are played no more. And how can you relate these old games with the present games, the board games? Many games. गिल्ली डंडा कोई नहीं खेलता है आजकल. मतलब बिल्कुल ही बात करूं तो there are n number of things.
Yes.
So these are the things. Of course, if the parents are not understanding or during the online sessions, we do have the interactive sessions and all. That way we can definitely explain and all. But these things, I think the family bonding comes first in all this.
Definitely,
When the
ma'am.
family
That
is together, nothing can
Amazing.
affect the child. This is what my experience is, and of course that my opinion is.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are taking few comments from the audiences here. So we have Rekha Shinde who said, ma'am, during online sessions we do not understand any important topic. So Aarti ma'am, what would
Yeah.
you like to say to Rekha?
Actually, understanding a topic, what do we know about it? You know, while the teacher is teaching, first of all, we have to understand one thing, that is teaching learning. We don't have to just absorb or grab whatever is there in the book. We have to think broadly. You know what is happening? The problem with our teaching, what Archana ma'am also just mentioned, that किसी तरीके से पढ़ाना ही है. So we can change, we can modify our learning also. The way we are modifying our teaching, we can modify our learning also. Pick up as much as you have understood. Whatever you have not understood, keep it aside for the time being. And later on, you can just clarify with your teacher if you're bent upon learning that much. So I think whatever, as much as we learn, we should be very happy. And anything which have not understood, it can be just kept on at the back burner for some time, and later on it can be clarified. But at least learning is taking place. Today morning, you know, while I was going to the school, you know, you keep listening to the radio, and there was a very good comment by a very senior, you know, person who he was mentioning, what are we up to? All of us are thinking about passing classes. What will happen to the children? Their year is going to go waste. He said that right now the problem is we have to first live. We have to survive. And whatever we have to make the best use of it. So you can pick up, don't worry if you have not understood, that is not the end of it. Slowly and steadily, give time to yourself. give time to your mentors also, because I'm sure if had you put this problem to your teacher or to your mentor, you would have surely got any solution. And that is not the end of the world. Okay, there's a lot of time. It will happen. Don't worry.
So true, ma'am. And yes, we have been seeing one side, discussing one side, but this online teaching methodology, the online evaluation, this has brought so many hopes and so many light among the future for the future of our students. If this would not have been there, then we cannot imagine a situation like, suppose COVID would have happened in 2005, where Zoom or Google Meet or Microsoft Team was not developed. Then how learning would have happened? So there are lots of great things this has done and helped us to achieve. So I would like you to put light on this, like how this has helped us achieve our goals, how this online methodology of teaching and evolution has helped us in achieving the targets for students and for us in general. Jyotsna ma'am.
Yes.
The positive one.
Actually, yes. Actually, that what I want to tell you, really it has helped us a lot. Because if it is not there, then we may be very much dark. What could be done? How can we interact with each other? So this is the medium by which at least we could do something, we could connect with others, the teaching, learning could be done properly. May not be 100%, but still also we did it. And again, what the another child was asking to this Aarti ma'am, that I could not understood, that just I will add some points to here, to this, all these the things, that please the child, you ask the teacher whenever you are getting the time, after the classes, you can ask. Then again, there is a difference between that, what we could not understood. So there is a two-way process. One way is that as it is digitalized, as you are telling that this has been there, and due to the digitalization, it is difficult to face the students and to explain properly, so that there is a communication gap. And number two is that always the students are habituated with the first you go for the concept learning, then again revision, again asking. So they were getting a number of times to learn. But now that is not possible to go for phase-wise learning on the digital process. So what is happening? So conceptual learning is the much better learning. Whatever the teachers are teaching, they must be prepared with the concept for this clarification. If the students are getting the concept clarification, that is enough for their study. If a child could know what is filtration, and the child could explain or experience it in their house, that what is this, all this filtration is, this is, and what are the things is used, and how we are getting the pure water. That is enough for that for whole life. Nothing more is required. So this type of teaching, it does not take a lot of time. So the teachers has to prepare for the quality education by giving the concept clarity, and the students should be focused to the concept now, not a lot of things to be jumbled down. So, and if within that time also there is a difficulties with the teachers and students, please the students, you can after the classes also, you can write in your WhatsApp to the teachers. I don't think no teachers are there who will not be responding to the children, because we are very much happy to respond to the children if a child really asked us. So that can be done. This problem can be solved very nicely. And as suppose today the child could not got it, the same chapters has a link for the higher classes and different classes. You ask for mathematics, ask for social studies, you go for the English language, in Hindi, science, everywhere. So if this year something is missed, next year also the same concept in a higher form, it will be coming down. So it is not a difficult one. So I request the teachers to go for the concept clarity. As we are getting this medium for this digital medium where we can teach it, and if it could not be there, though I could not thought of it that if could not be there, and then how can we connect with the children, with the parents, with this whole world? Because now before that, suppose when the electricity was not there, and everybody were using for this diya, lantern, everything, and by that time no one was thinking that electricity will be coming, and we can run a lot of things in electricity and we can have a good use. The same thing, when before maybe 20 years, we could not thought of that. If this type of thinking was not there, or this system would not be there, then what will be happening? But now, by the grace of God, now we have come up to a level where this digital, all this system is there, and we are in such an era that we could have the good use of all these things.
So true, ma'am. So we have another comment from Kamini before take next principal ma'am's feedback. So sometimes because of network issue, we are not able to join and then we miss the part and no one take action. So dear student or parent, basically, major of the times when a session is conducted on Zoom or Microsoft Team or any other platform, there is a recording that stays. And you can always access to the recording. You can ask for it and you can access the recording by contacting the concerned authorities. Even if you did not understand the concept, you can go through this again and again, which was not possible when there was physical classroom teaching. एक बार बोर्ड से मिटा दिया तो मिटा दिया, आप उसको दोबारा नहीं देख सकते हो. लेकिन अभी ऑनलाइन की वजह से ये पॉसिबल है. It's very much possible that you can just go through the same concept 10 times. एक बार नहीं समझा आप दोबारा सुनिए, 3 बार सुनिए, 4 बार सुनिए. You can go and you can always contact your teachers, because I'm pretty sure I have seen majority of the teachers I have contacted with, they are replying to children's doubts on WhatsApp at 10, 10:30, 11
Yeah.
before going to sleep. If there's a message that pings, ma'am, I did not understand this concept, they ensure that they reply before sleeping. So this is a great one. Archana, what are the positive sides? What do you think? Because this has helped us a lot.
Right. Surely it has helped us a lot. And I would add on that we had started with the blended learning, which actually helped the students and the parents a lot. Because most of the things, I think there are underprivileged families also where they had faced this a lot because of the lack of gadgets, connectivity issues, and data issues. So for them and for rather everyone, because most of our parents were Corona warriors and the students were alone and the gadgets were, as I said, there were lack of gadgets. So we had gone for the blended learning where we used to send the tutorial links. So whenever they can, they were getting the gadgets. They used to watch that, and again repeatedly they can watch the same to understand the concept. In a PPT form, in different by using different animations, the tutorial links were made by the teachers, almost of 30 to 35 minutes every day of all the subjects. So these we used to send, and we used to send in a timetable format where whenever the child used to go through that tutorial link, he can go back to that particular YouTube link, he can watch that. And whereas for the doubt clearing sessions, we used to have interactive sessions every week, thrice. So again, in that, the time was given of 40 minutes. In that, the child used to come and ask the doubts. Apart from that, whatever the doubts they used to have, they used to send us the mails, they used to connect to the teachers, and they used to get clarified. Of course, we cannot imagine something that if there wouldn't have been Zoom, Microsoft, Google Classroom, because now everyone is used to that. Where these all things were not used, the lessons were sent on WhatsApp. Even many of the schools, they had used the WhatsApp. They had made the WhatsApp groups and literally 3 minutes videos. So 3 minutes videos, it was used. So teachers were trying to connect each and every student the way they can. However they are able to, they were trying to connect the students. Of course, the doubt clearance is the biggest challenge for the students and teachers. But then even as Aarti ma'am said, it can, or Jyotsna ma'am also said, it is linked. So even if the concept is understood to some extent, let them be with that thing. If you can, you go through the videos, you go through the recordings, or you read it if you can understand, if you can get it learned from your siblings, elder siblings, I would say, or your parents, if they are getting time, it is fine. Else, that can be explained again. So the parents should keep themselves calm for this, I would say, because the students will surely learn and teachers will surely make sure when they will come back in the physical schooling, everything will be taught in the sequence and everything properly, whatever the child has not understood, with extra time.
Definitely, ma'am.
One thing I will add to Aarti ma'am, that actually nowadays also this, you were talking about the WhatsApp previously. Now also in so many areas, the people are there where this Wi-Fi network is not there. So then now I instructed my teachers to send all these work details about this, all the related to the class details to send by the WhatsApp. We are sending the questions by the WhatsApp. They are sending these answers by the WhatsApp also. That is corrected. The papers also they are sending for the exam paper by the WhatsApp. Because we cannot expect that in every village where the parents are now left the job and went to their village, it can be connected. It cannot be possible, and it is not possible really. So that
whenever
we are
they can,
using the WhatsApp. We are using the WhatsApp now in all these corners of the country from our school.
Yeah.
So true, ma'am. Like lots of innovation in teaching
Yeah.
methodology has happened, and due to like complete credit goes to our principals who implemented this in their respective schools, and eventually it has reached to all our students. Aarti, ma'am, I would like to take
Yeah.
your feedback about the positive side of online teaching before we go
Yes.
to the last question.
Yes. The positive side, you yourself mentioned that we can have recorded version, and recorder you can play time and again. But somewhere, I'm just thinking about, I would just like to mention about the teachers who are the parents also at the same time. In the same household, child is also studying and mother is a teacher. So here, there's a conflict. So what the school also has to keep in mind, yeah, or their siblings. There's one gadget in the house and their siblings who are dependent. It happened initially. Now it is not happening. Why? Because as Archana ma'am just mentioned, it's a very smooth sail now. Parents have understood the value. That is the positive thing. Most of the parents have now taken Wi-Fi connection or proper system where internet is available. That is the difference which you can make out right now. Another difference is now parents have also, along with the children, become tech savvy. Earlier, online payment of fee was very difficult for them. They used to go to cyber cafe or they were paying the. Now mothers are able to do it at home. This is another learning for the parents also. Along with the children, parents have also have become tech savvy. They have learned the importance of technology, and children, of course, and they have understood that there is nothing without it. Because in present scenario, because if you ask me, once this corona thing, once we get rid of this, if you ask me, I would like to, take away all the gadgets and all these screen times from the children, because it is time for them to just go to the open air, enjoy, play, because they have suffered a lot. But the positive side is that parents have also understood, children have learned to handle the gadget. I just mentioned sometimes back, they have become netiquettes they have learned, and the learning has not stopped. They have started exploring more online. Suppose you teach them a topic, and the next day they will come up with more information, and they have started exploring also. So it is actually giving them a solid base. Earlier when they were in the school, whatever they were teaching, they were dependent on us. Now if they have not understood the concept, or if they have not understood something, they try to learn more. So that is again giving them a more. And along with, I've seen parents sitting with the children, when we are holding classes. I got a message from one of the parents who said that I never liked maths when I was in my school, but now the child is in class 8th. The mother is learning maths along with the child, and she said that now I repent that why I did not pay attention, because teacher is teaching so well. Teachers, they have, there's a board which they have bought. They're teaching on that. There's no difference in teaching now. Mathematics, accountancy, physics for that matter. So what I feel, Vivek, that uh, the flip side is that the parents have learned, children have become more matured. Technology has reached each and every house. You just mentioned that I went to Korea, in the year 2005.
Yeah.
When I went there, I was one of the winners of Microsoft Innovative Teacher Leader. And there I found that each and every household had internet. It was given free by the government. Children were carrying mobile phone in the school, and they were, doing various things. I was amazed. I thought that when this time will come in our country, they had a beautiful lab. Now we have smart classes. That time we did not have. Children were, making their own programs. But now in our country also, I can see children becoming very, technologically also very sound, and they are responsible also at the same time. Anything which is, new, people get swayed. They get addicted. But now what I feel is they become more responsible, and of course under the supervision of the parents, because you cannot get addicted for a long time. So now they know the importance also. They become a more responsible students, and they use it selectively all, because that is what we can understand. We can make out, because we keep doing assessment. Our counselors keep meeting the children. So what I feel is that technology has played a great role, and thanks to corona, that India has also become very tech savvy. Even it has reached the villages now. So
So true.
yeah, because children who are there in the villages, they are attending classes. That's what I can just wanted to convey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think due to technical difficulty, we lost Jyotsna, ma'am. She might be joining us very soon. I'll take one last question. That we covered the online learning, its pros and cons, but the evaluation part, when we judge students, like right now, even CBSE has asked for internal assessment to promote students of class 10, as there will not be board exam. And for class 12, the assessment part is going on. The students are evaluated via online learning. Some practicals are going on, which are being conducted online. So students are a bit stressed and strained out because of this. So what do you think, how they should cope up with it? The online evaluation mechanism that has added on to more stress on students, how should they cope over it? Yes, Aarti ma'am, we'll take you only. We'll take your
I think the stress is more on the on evaluation part. It's more on us rather than on the students. We are devising ways and methods where we have a foolproof system. If we have to go by assessment, we want to assess a child. All said and done, this technology has taught them how to defy, how to you've understood whatever. So what is happening now? We are looking for ways and means where we can have genuine assessment. So proctoring system, that also they know how to crack it. So they've learned it. But when they are cracking it, that again calls for some knowledge they are gaining. Because whenever you are doing something, be it for any reason, so that means you're gaining some knowledge. You are actually polishing your skills. It's a skill development. So whenever we devise ways and method of conducting an exam where we feel that children will do like this, so that children do not do any cheating or something, but they come up with another idea, then we have to beat that idea. Then we have to devise another way. So doesn't matter. It's actually a game which school or teacher and students are playing. We trust them. They trust us. But in a way, they're learning also. Even if they're copying down and writing, that also has a meaning. Because what we say that, because at least child will read and write, no? So something the child is writing, rather than giving us a blank paper. If the child is Googling, reading, and then writing, at least something he must be understanding. So I think doesn't matter. This is a short-lived thing which will pass off. We are also enjoying children. Let them also enjoy. Sometimes we also know when we are giving them marks, we know that these are not genuine. Doesn't matter, because as it is, children are struggling. They are struggling with the environment. They don't have friends. They are unable to meet their peers. Think about the youngsters. Whenever I go to school, in the corridor, when I don't see young children, this is the time for teenagers when they have to make friends. They're not getting that opportunity. So doesn't matter. We should not be too strict. We should just give it a thought, little broad-minded. Just let it be, and everything is going to be all right, because the time is as it is tough. We have to make easy for them. We have to make smooth for them rather than making it strict. That is what my viewpoint, and we are following that only.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Couldn't have been a better way, of course. Yes, Archana ma'am, what do you think, how it is impacting evolution and how students should cope over it?
I think
Assessment
the
and
teenagers
evaluation part.
know their ways to meet and to cope up, as Aarti ma'am said. Because I remember recently when I called them for the practicals, they were mingling with each other, and I was like insisting on the social distancing and everything. And ma'am, थोड़ी देर 1 घंटे के लिए आए हैं ना, हमको please बख्श दो ना. It was the request. And of course, as she said, they are really missing out their friends and that bonding with the friends. which is most important. So right now, exams, I would say, whether it is 10th standard, 12th standard, things will go on very well. Last year, my own daughter, she was in 12th, but still things passed away well. She has got a good admission in a very good college. She's doing well again on the online classes, of course. But then that's what I wanted to assure all my parents also. Okay, that is fine. Whatever the marks they get, whatever they'll be doing, it is fine. The teachers, we principals are there to support them in all ways. Just let them attempt their papers without any anxiety, with peaceful mind. That is all we want, because then only they can give their best.
So true,
This is
ma'am.
what I really feel. Whether it is online
Yes,
or offline exam, the way they are giving the JE and all, it is going to be online like that only. If it would be online, suppose, if we assume. And if it is offline, that is fine. They will be going to the centers, but let them be at peace, making them like easy with the exam pattern or with the environment is most important thing, I would say, right now.
so true. Like
And
here, I would like to add on for students and parents. Like जब एक problem सबके लिए common होता है ना, so there is that problem does not exist. So right
True.
now, whatever students and parents are facing, that is a common problem for entire nation. That is not an individual problem for that child.
True.
Maybe so any student who is taking tension, that is a common tension, right? Now, what a good student will do, वो इसको एक opportunity में बदलेगा कि बाकी सब तो टेंशन ले रहे हैं, तो let me not take tension and move ahead. So that is the message I would like to give कि आप इसको समझिए ही नहीं, क्योंकि एक कॉमन फैक्टर है जो कैंसिल हो जाएगा. आपको इंडिविजुअली कोई परेशानी होगी ही नहीं, और जिस वक्त आप इस बात को समझ लेंगे, सारी एंजाइटी, सारे स्ट्रेस वहीं पे खत्म हो जाएंगे.
Everyone
that
is
is something
sailing in the
students will
same
benefit.
boat, I would say.
yes, and secondly,
Let us sail happily. That is what I would say.
And secondly, we're talking about the mental health. I think that is the most important thing
Most
we should
important.
concentrate on.
Yes.
Rather than, what is the children are learning in the book or they're just cramming it up. I think
Immaterial.
mental health, their happiness and smooth sailing, we have to get out of this problem. So let's all join hands together, because we are all in the sailing in the same boat.
Same boat.
And, yes.
Then now
Thank you,
also
ma'am.
the
Jyotsna, ma'am. I will ask you the concluding statement. Please give a short one for this particular question, how students should cope up with the evaluation part stress.
one example I'll be telling. Before that, when this offline examination was going on, if a child was writing something irrelevant to the answer, still also we the teachers were giving some marks because the child has anyhow written something. Suppose the question is answer is not up to the mark. So we the teachers were thinking, anyhow the child has written something. It may not be relevant, but she has taken some effort, or the child has taken some effort, has read something, written something. So the child should not be deprived of giving the marks. So one organization came to me when I was in Blossom School as a principal. Then they told me that we will be rewarding the students, those who are the failures, because we want to make them confident. Let them come up. The good children, always they come up. What is about the children? Always they are scolded by the parents, scolded by the student, by the teachers. So let them come up. So these things, if we were supporting the students, those who are not able to write the proper answers, and we are giving some marks to promote their mental wealth and mental well-being, why not now? Really, this is a tough situation. So all the teachers should know, if this was happening in the earlier, this is not a new thing to promote the mental well-being of a student. So that let's join the hands, and everybody will be helping to promote the mental health of the child, as well as with the parents also. They must be happy to communicate out all these things to mentor their children. That also we want.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Students and parents, you got the message. All your teachers, principals, they are with you for your support. So need not worry a lot. They know you better than yourself. So you will be given the fair opportunity, fair marks, fair promotion. You need not worry at all. This is a time which will pass. Nothing stays permanent. And maybe few months down the line, we will again have classrooms full, teachers writing on the board, children playing in the playground, and everything back to normal. With this, I would like to thank all our panel members, Jyotsna ma'am, Aarti ma'am, and Anchana ma'am, for joining us and giving their views. This topic could not have been handled any better. I'm so sure about that. Thank you so much, esteemed principals, for joining me here for this talk, and have a great evening. I will conclude the event right now.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
all.
and stay
Yes.
safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to thank Authority Solutions and Punekar News for organizing this and giving us this platform to have a discussion like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.